Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2019 Nissan Leaf. All right, do a quick little walk and talk around this little electric car for you. This being a 2019 Leaf, it's the S model, means you get the 40 kilowatt hour battery, and that falls under the 8-year, 100,000 mile battery warranty. So you still got some time and some miles left on that. Gives you about 130 to 150 miles of real world range, according to the EPA. But like any vehicle, and especially EVs, that depends on how heavy your right foot is and just how hard you have the climate control working. But you got the Steelies with the wheel covers on it, and pretty darn clean for being a city commuter car. White paint with the piano black trim and the black cloth interior. You've got a couple little battle scars, and I'll take closer pictures of them for the main listing so you can see them all in detail. But this was a lease car out of LA, then was bought privately, moved here to Arizona, and now we've got our hands on it. So a fairly uneventful life for one of these, and just kind of doing exactly what it's meant to do. Bopping around the city with a few longer trips. These have the ability to not only charge at home with a slow charger, but they also have a fast charger, and when I pop the hood and pop the charging flap, I'll show you both of those. But yeah, it's good, it's clean. Let's pop the hood, climb inside, and go for a rip. Alright, so up here under the charging flap, you got your two different chargers. You got your fast charge, CHAdeMO, the Chad Emo fast charger for direct. And then this one, this is your standard wall plug, like, you know, 110 or 240 volt out of the wall. This is probably what we'll be using to charge at home. Whack it onto most fast chargers and she'll pick up range pretty quick. They even have it illuminated so you can see what you're doing. Up here though, not too much to remark on it. Looks like an engine, but it very much isn't. This is the inverter and the drive unit. And there's really not too much going on up here. Super clean, AC lines, coolant for the drive unit, 12 volt battery there to run all the car's subsystems that the big battery doesn't do for driving, and your brake fluid. Up here on the inside of the Leaf, show you some of the buttons and systems and switches. Simple, that's quite enough of you. Simple systems and just a really easy kind of user-friendly driving experience here. They really tried to simplify everything and keep it as familiar feeling as possible. So up here on the wheel, controls to go through all of your different driving mode screens, battery temperature because it's an air-cooled battery, capacity showing how much life is left in it, and your current drive status. Nice and easy. We've got radio controls, eco meter showing your battery consumption as you drive, the usual screens, and then all your settings. Over here, button to open your flap there. You can add a delay for the charge timer, heated steering wheel, and your heated seats. As I said before, using those instead of the heater when it's cold is a great way to extend your range because it's much easier to warm you up than it is to warm all the air in the car. AM, FM, Bluetooth, Sirius XM radio. Pretty decent sound system, but I don't want to get copyright struck, so can't really bump for you. A pocket up there for sunglasses and all the usual accoutrement you would expect. Visors, lights, both sides, power mirrors, power door locks, power windows, all the way around. Steering wheel is adjustable with this guy here. And down here are the important mode buttons. You've got your HVAC, which I just right now have set to auto. Plug in the temperature and just let it do its thing. It'll cool or heat the car as efficiently and as quickly as possible. Here for the drive modes, you got a couple of cool little touches here. Eco button, so you can switch to the driving modes, which as you'll see, if I flip Eco on and off, it'll adjust the driving range in real time. It'll also do the same thing if I was to turn the HVAC completely off. You see it jump because it's now no longer running the AC compressor or the heater if it's, you know, cold out. E-pedal here allows you to do one pedal drive, which I'll show you on the drive itself. It's pretty cool. It allows you to maximize the regeneration, and it's kind of like driving a golf cart. You can literally drive the whole thing with your left foot. Pop it over and down. Show you here, over and down into drive. Boom. And up here, if you do it twice, it'll go into B, which is more aggressive regenerative braking, which I prefer. But center button, back into park. Cup holders, 2, slot to hide the key, little center console here, and then got a really quite deep glove box. I can't even reach the back of it, so that's at least a 1-arm glove box. But flip back there, just your pretty standard fare split bench seat in the back. Quick note, because people often worry about the backs of these hatchbacks and their spacing. I'm 6'1", 260 pounds. Not a small dude. I've got pretty decent leg room. I can wiggle. And this is behind me sitting reclined and the front seat pushed all the way back. So if you got someone who's a little bit smaller than me, you can fit someone even bigger back here. All right, jumping in the back, pull the hatch open. And this being an EV, it has a lower load floor than most hatchbacks. No gas tank or anything up underneath. So you get a good amount of space. It's nice and deep. The seats, both of them, pull the pins. They flip forward to make even more room. Got yourself a little light there so you can see what's going on. And most importantly, over here, this is the factory Nissan bag. Clips in up there and down there to hold it in place. And this has got your at-home charger. If I had a third hand, I'd pop both of these pins and pull this off, because this has the 240, the heavy-duty appliance, the fast charge plug like for your dryer, and the converter for a 110 for a standard wall plug. So you can slow charge or fast charge. Get you a charger that does both. Over here, only other notable thing, in this little pass-through, you got your tire inflator, because these EVs did not come with spares. And there, you got your bottle of goo, which is effectively Fix-A-Flat. And just in case, there's your tow hook. All right, I'm once again doing this handheld just to take you all for a quick rip around the block. But I just want to show you this thing going down the road, how quiet and easy these EVs really are. If you've never driven an EV, you really owe it to yourself to try it. I'm a die-hard car guy. Like, I have a diesel and a 1970 Cadillac. I like big, loud, noisy vehicles, but these things, they're just good for getting around. You want no stress, no drama, quiet, less to worry about maintenance. They're fantastic appliances. I'm going to go through the stop sign here, spin around at a cul-de-sac up ahead, and shoot back, do a quick 0 to 40 to 0 to show you the acceleration and the full panic braking of this car, and point out a drive mode or two for you along the way. So, right now I have the car set up how I personally like to drive EVs, in their eco mode with the E pedal, which is where it's one pedal driving, and in B mode for the strongest regenerative braking. So like with no brake pedal at all, I'm gonna just scooter on up to about 20, take my foot off the gas pedal, and it'll bring you all the way down to a stop on regenerative braking. It's a great way to extend your range. But I don't know. I can't say, too much, because it just works. They're quiet. The only thing you really hear is road noise, and I'm basically whispering at the camera right now to further illustrate that point. In fact, when I spin around here, I'm going to shut up until I do the 0 to 40 to 0, and let's just hear the whine of the electric motor and just hear the road doing its thing. So, yeah, under 60,000 miles, actually just under 58,000 miles. No real squeaks, rattles, all the body stuff works. But I'm going to turn eco mode off here. We'll stab it. Show you how quick these things really get up to speed and reel themselves in. Ready, set, go. there's 50, and full ABS. They stop straight, they stop true, and they use the regenerative braking of the motors and the physical brakes to reel it in quicker. So EVs can stop, even though they're heavier, as quick, if not quicker, than comparable gasoline-powered cars. So they're pretty cool. And for only being 150 horsepower but 230 foot-pounds of torque, when you step on that pedal, you are immediately moving. It's like a light switch. If you need to get out of the way of something in a real hurry or dart into a small gap in traffic, this thing really lets you do that. And I know I said before about the climate control with me having it set to auto. The sun is absolutely pouring on me right now, and it just sped up the fans and turned the AC up to compensate to keep my big sweaty self nice and comfy. But yeah, good, quiet, reliable, pretty darn fun little car. I'll see you back at the yard for a wrap-up. All right, just like that, we're back at the yard, and looks like our first generation Leaf is 2. But I digress. Wanted to let you all know and remind you that we are Tucson Future Classics. We are an appointment-only dealership. You can find us at TucsonFutureClassics.com. Send us a phone call, shoot us a text message, send us an email. We're on Facebook and Instagram, so message us, slide in our DMs, however you want to get a hold of us. Oh, and there goes the owner. However you want to get a hold of us, he'll be here to answer you. So, hopefully, I've been able to show you everything you could ever want or need to know about these Leafs to make an informed decision. And yeah, as always, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.